I think we are live. We are indeed. Alrighty then, let's give it some time to take care of some sharing stuff. There we go, we are live for MCEC. And I am very nervous. Boom, boom, boom. Everything should be fine. I'm in the correct session already. Yep. Let's make sure I am gonna make sure everything looks good on every side. Hello, Tubstar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we're certainly setting up for the third race. This stream will be my view of it. If you want to check out the official stream, I have it linked in the description. They're currently doing the PC round, did the Xbox round earlier today, and yeah, PS5 is the last round, the one I am in. This is my team, Maze Bank. Thank you, Toby. I'm probably not gonna be reading chat very much once the race starts. I need to focus on actually driving. We have some drivers showing up. Oh no, chat seems to work fine. I just realized I need to restart. For some reason my Discord is not in streamer mode. Always something, isn't it? Always something. But as I was saying before, I am so goddamn nervous for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to close down. No, there we go, there's streamer mode, finally. The XWK Danny from back in the day. Shady Fruit, I remember him from last season. First place or rigged. Yeah, we'll see. But to put it into perspective, I am here on like... Crap, it's been so long since I played, I don't even know how to do anything anymore. But yeah, it's to put this whole thing in perspective. Like I have maybe 2,000 to 3,000 hours worth of experience in this game. Some of the guys I'm going up against today have about 10 to 20,000 hours racing, or just in this game. But yeah, a lot of that racing. So in terms of experience, even though I'm definitely the one that has the most experience in this actual championship, actual racing experience, I am lacking a little bit behind, but we're gonna give it our best, do everything we can. That is a monstrosity. That's an absolute monstrosity. And fully illegal. The old Cheburek. AJ actual brought the jokes. Let's check everything, make sure we're good. Oh, 25 people in here, so we're just missing a few. And also waiting, yeah, see the PC race is still ongoing, so if you want to check the PC race out, there's a link in the description for that. And the main broadcast for the PS5 race will also be there. My stream is just gonna be my personal race. I appreciate the game that it has head tracking. How long are these races? They are set to 1 hour and 30 minutes, so 90 minutes in total. During the race we will be doing 2 pit stops. And basically, it's quite action heavy because I'm in the slowest car. It's a multi-class race, which means we have basically 3 different races ongoing in the same lobby. So we have GT1s who are the fastest, GT2 that are the second fastest, and GT3s, which is me, where I am, and we are the slowest. So there's gonna be a lot of faster cars coming through, getting past us, but of course, we are not actually actively racing those guys. They are having their own race within our race. I'm racing all of the other people in the same GT. So there is a lot to keep in mind, and I'm sure, hopefully everything will go fine in that, because personally I'm thinking like how, I'm thinking like the GT1 cars, like this GT1 car that you see over here. These guys are so much faster than the GT3s, so they come at us at a rate pace. They come at us fast, and then the GT2s are not equally fast, but still fairly fast. So it's definitely gonna be interesting, and yeah, you can definitely notice I'm nervous. I'm talking so much, I'm very nervous. But that's good. I think nerves are a sign that you care. And that's all you can ask for. Yeah, it looks like the PC race now has wrapped up, so I'm gonna start setting up for the PS5 race. Well, setup has already started. Yeah, we have 25 people here. And we are looking to get a few more people in. Having some troubles getting people into the session currently. More people showing up. I hope Ajaxon is not actually racing in that thing. I think he's definitely doing it for jokes. Looks like you're coming down with a hell of a cold. Ah, that's not a good sign. Considering I was at your place yesterday. Just gonna have to take my vitamins, drink my water, and keep warm. I don't have time for colds. I am gonna pause the stream view there, try to free up as much processing power of the internet as I can. Wash your hands and drink tea. Don't you mean wash my tea and drink my hands? Oh, a lot of names I recognize here. Back in the day. Yeah, hopefully nothing catches. Thing with colts and me, I normally catch them very easily, very quickly. Here's my teammate Ben L for GT2. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to say. I think we want the GT1s closest right to the front, yeah. So I'm in the right spot. Ben L should move around a little bit. And here is my GT1 teammate. The slumped god. Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up with the grid line here. It's not the end of the world with the grid line system right now. Because we don't really have a meetup, like an official one. This is just waiting for all the invites to be sent out for the actual race. But it's nice to see the racers. Danny got absolutely wrecked. You have your GT1 cars. These are HSW upgraded, so they are fast as hell. And then the GT2. And finally me. In my old... It's a Cheburek, Rune Cheburek, but I think it's basically like a Lada maybe. At least a very boxy type, Lada type car. And based on the name, it seems very like Russian. we're looking, we have 28 people, so we're still missing 2. But all of my team is here at least. Yeah, see, we on this side we have mixed up the order a little bit, so GT3s are in the middle, but at least it's consistently bad. That's something. And then we got my GT1 teammate checking out the cars. Ah, see, we all chose Cosmos as well for the tires. We're offline. Actually, that's a good shout. There we go. Completely forgot about that. There's actually a bug in this game because the area we're racing in has a train track that goes over it. Normally you don't get train spawning when you're in a race, but if someone joins the game late and starts spectating it, then the train will suddenly start spawning and suddenly, well, you have a train. Have a train in the middle of a racetrack. And if you know anything about GTA 5's trains, they do not move for anything. "29 people. There's the invite. Oh boy, here come the nerves. Drop the GLs. Respawn when the race lobby have started. I will do that. We are starting on 2nd place for this race. Yeah, I can already feel... We're not even like gridded up yet and I can already feel my heart racing. This is gonna be interesting. How old is this game? 13 years, I think. It came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 originally. So it's the definition of old. Yeah, look at some of these players. Like the levels of them. I'm on 433. I have over I'm over level 500 on my PC character, but there are some like level 2000, level 1000. They've been playing this game a long time. Yeah, I'm not sure how long that bug has been in the game. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was there from the beginning. Like it could have been an update. They updated something at some point that caused the bug to start happening and it hasn't been fixed. Because it's such a small, like GTA is a massive game and it's like a very small, very specific bug, and it's gonna be very difficult to find like this massive company to get them to fix this very small significant bug that's only really for for a certain small part of the player base. It doesn't affect like the entire player base. Let's close out of Discord so I don't get distracted there. Currently just waiting to get the last players in. You can't expect $1 million company to have people to patch bugs. Have you ever played GTA Online? Bugs are so many. There are so many bugs. And if it isn't affecting the money they get, they are low priority. Like a bug like this would be like the lowest of lowest priority. And you would hope people are actually on playing GTA. You would hope that people are already working on GTA 6. Oh, I have, it's awful. Yeah, online has been dead for a long time, but yeah, let's now get into... I'm gonna now start focusing on the race. And not talk about the jank of the game. But yeah, it's actually nice to have something to talk about, like the distraction. I have 591, 1500 lost. Yeah, look at these people. Holy. That's our man Ben L, our teammate. Feels like we have gone a few laps, right? There's my GT1 teammate. Recollect, thank you, Toby. Just gonna respawn and then back our ass up to the beginning. So we're lining up for the start of the race. Where is the Globe Oil GT3? One, two, three, four, five, six. We're missing 2 GT3 drivers back here. There's the Globe Oil. Tilco is on pole position. I'm starting on second, and here we have the final one for Richard's Majestic. We're probably gonna move a little bit forward so the grid can actually sort itself out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing one still. Oh yeah. Brady is sorting out the grid. Or B-Dogs. Oh, yeah, I think Brady's in second GT, whatever. So right now we're waiting for a flare to go off, and the flare is basically gonna show that the race start procedure has started. After that there will be a sticky bomb for each of the classes for the start. There's the flare. Start procedure has started. There go the GT1s. There go the GT2s. Oh boy, let's go. Good launch. AJ Axel has to run on me though. Take it easy through turn 1. A race can't be won in the first section, but it can certainly be lost. Okay, let's focus up a bit. Oh no. That's a tank slapper. I'm gonna lose at least 2 positions from that. That's not what we wanted. I let go of the gas a little bit too much. It's not the end of the world, we only lost 2 spots. Had to go off the gas a little bit, I didn't wanna get into something with Danny there. Stay off that bush. Oh no, that's a mess up. Getting way out of sorts. That's definitely the nerves coming in. This race is still very long. We have just gotten started and anything can happen. Might be looking a bit bad on the pace right now, but you never know. Yeah, we have one. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's very easy to make mistakes and this car is tricky. And I immediately mess up the next corner to showcase my point. Purely intentional. I'm a little bit too scared to mess up, and I think a lot of my mistakes is just because I'm scared to crash, and then I crash. Confidence is such a big thing. Came up way too hard on the brakes there. Fine. might have the run on recited down the inside. Gotta shut him out. Yeah! Actual overtake, I didn't think I would get that today. And immediately I'm gonna bottle it. Well, not recited, but... Definitely been some crashes behind me as well. I see some of these cars do have some damage on them. Oh no, 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 no. That is not what we wanted. Oh no. Be careful on the region, let this guy go. Ah. Oh, okay. Are we last now? Yeah, that puts us in last. Oh no, it's not in last because... No, we are in last. Okay. Well. I made a mistake, that's what's happened. But at least, being in last, all the pressure is now off. And I can just focus on getting faster. Okay, GT1s are closing up behind me now. We're soon gonna get our first overtakes and they are hella fast. Really bad place actually for them to catch up. I'll take wide here to allow them through. I'm just gonna keep it wide, allow them to use the inside here. Yeah, the pace difference is insane. Got another one coming right away. I'm gonna keep it here on the inside. Allow him to take the outside. That's my teammate. Oh, Bar had a problem. We're right back in for fight for position. When they come up at a bad spot, it's difficult to keep it clean. We try to read every position. We try to give them a path through. I think we just survived the first GT1 pass through, yeah. That was all of them. Let's see if we can catch up to Rad. Actually, there's two GT3 cars in front of me now. Someone else has fallen back a bit. It's Recited and Bar. See if we can... they are slowing each other down a lot by fighting, so let's see if I can catch up to join in on this. You seem to know something I don't through this section, that's for sure. Okay, let's focus on the lap. Yeah, we're at 4:01. I'm right now like 6 seconds off the pace. I've always been best while chasing. Oh, bar had a accident. What lap are we on? Lap 5, so the pit lane is open right now. But I do not want to go into the pits while I'm fighting someone. I'm losing a lot of time through the sector. I never really figured it out during the hours of practice I put in. .58. That's very close to my personal best. Lap time. There's definitely something about chasing someone that makes you faster. But I'm still being dropped by them currently. Oh no. No. Oh no. I wasn't making this. I wasn't making those decisions during practice, but there's something about being on race day. Ooh, okay. Now we're definitely alone. It's still a long race ahead. Maybe looking a bit bleak, but it's time to lock in. Gaslighting. I have no idea what you're talking about, Pikku. Difficult as a streamer to remember what you said 10 to 30 seconds ago. Yeah. Texting and driving, eyes on the road. The road is very empty. I'm only reading it on the straights, don't worry. some cars. I don't know if it's probably GT2 and GT1 starting to catch up, so it's probably soon gonna get quite busy. Yeah, I think I have a GT1 behind me. It's a second lap. The leader in GT1 has a huge lead, but it might be due to pit stops. Steaming on the inside. Stick to the left. Just gonna keep our line. I'm gonna go to the left just because I'm gonna go into the pit lane. I was a bit hairy in the pit lane, to be honest. This championship doesn't have any rules against overtaking in the pit lane, at least. No, no, no. Almost dropped it immediately on the re-entry. Car feels different now, so I'm unsure if I had any damage on it. Because damage does affect performance. Not sure what to do when that happens. There's not really anywhere to go in those slow corners. Okay, let's see. I pitted around 36 minutes. If we say I pitted around 35, that means I can have my next pit stop after 50 minutes. Because there needs to be a 15-minute timer in between. Probably 55 to be certain. Nice and easy. There's another guy coming as well. This guy might be... It's a GT2, yeah. I'm gonna let him go on the inside. Yeah, my teammate as well. Good choice. The GT2s are not as incredibly fast as the GT1s, but they're definitely a lot faster than the Cheburek still. But seems like some of the GT2s are coming up the lap now, but at least we have the long straight coming here, so they should be able to use the top speed to get past me. No! Oh, they can use that. Jesus, what is that? That's... Oh! Oh, where were these crashes during the practice? Gonna go play RE Village with the wifey. Good luck with that, enjoy. Looks like someone missed a checkpoint. It's the problem with the GT2s, they are fast, but they're not that fast. Just leave him some space on the inside there. Should hopefully be able to go away. Perfect. Got a GT2 coming out of the pits in front. And another one approaching fast. He's gonna take the inside. I'm gonna let him take the inside. It's a bad place for them to come up. I'm just gonna stick to the racing line. He's gonna have to figure out a way to get past. There we go. Nope, no. I tapped him a little bit there, but we saved it. I went to take the corner, but he hadn't got him completely past. That was a horrible turn one. Open up the inside here. Damn it. That's so bad. There's someone spawned up front. We're gonna have a look at the standings on the front, on the back straight, but I have a feeling that there's gonna be a huge gap up to the next position. Yeah, we're looking at like 25 seconds from bar, 29 seconds from recited. We're definitely alone. It's difficult to find a place to go here. Just gonna let him take the inside here. Oh damn. I heard the honk, but I didn't expect him to be on the outside. "52 seconds, so we're soon safe for a second pit stop. Probably gonna leave that for later on in the race." What am I doing? Come on. Oh. I was not prepared for that. Far back have we fallen? It's a shame about those mistakes because I'm keeping up with the rad bar. I've actually caught him like by 1 second. I've just made too many mistakes. Closing up on the last third. See if we can get a brake boost on this. Nope. Something I tried to learn during my practice sessions, but never really got it down yet. Top 2 in GT1 are quite separated from the rest of the field. I need him to just go. How's my teammate? He can go. I veered from my racing line, so that's my bad. Trying to let him go on the inside there, but Got it messed up. And honestly, should just stick to the racing line, but I didn't want to hold him up. I think we're gonna do the pit stop this. No, actually I'm not gonna do the pit stop this lap. Looked at the map, there's no one around me, so I don't know if the GT2s are gonna come up again, but there's still 20 minutes of racing left, so we'll wait and see. Yeah, the gap is now 34, so it's grown by 10 seconds since I last checked it. I think definitely the only way I gain a position anymore if it's something really bad happens. So not the greatest start to the season, but there are many weeks still to go, and I have time to work and improve. Damn it. do I have coming up? A bunch of solo guys currently coming up to me. I'm kind of looking for a place where there might be like a big gathering of cars. So I can like try to time my pit stop around that when they come up to me. It doesn't look like there's anything close to that right now. Stick to the line. GT1 field seems quite spread out, aside from that top two. Closing up on the 90 minutes, I need to take my last pit stop. I think I'm probably gonna have to take it this lap. Looking like on the map now. Yeah, I have the GT2s coming up to lap again. And Ben L is at the front. I'm gonna take my pit stop now. Hopefully most of the GT2 field will be able to pass me while I'm here. There's the first one. The second one, and then there's a duo coming. Preferably they get me, at least one of them got me, perfect. No, that was a GT1, so I have a GT2 duo coming. Oh no, it doesn't seem like it was a duo. Yeah, the pit stops are done, so now we're just racing until the end. Let them choose where to go here. This kind of racing still going on? It is indeed still going on. Well, it's always been going on with on Brofi's channel, but I have been out of it for 8 years, 6 to 8 years. Yeah, had to make a comeback when Brofi announced the MCEC Season 6. Right now, not going great to be honest. I am dead last and far away from the guy in first, so these guys are fast nowadays. Have a look. Yeah, I'm 36 seconds behind. I just made way too many mistakes in the beginning. And I'm a solid like 3-4 seconds off the pace every lap, so I have a lot of work to do. This is just the first round, of course. Still 7 more rounds to go and I have plenty of time to practice. Oh yeah, I am very well out of practice. I do have several hours of practice in this car on this track. But definitely nowhere close to enough. We're far from done. Oh no. Just gonna get out of the way there after that mistake. It's one thing to practice on your own or being like in a practice session. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, commands. Calm down there. Where is he going? Leave some space there. It's very nice to be back to this though. I've definitely missed racing. Just going to stick to the racing now. It's gonna have to overtake me on the track. Yeah, it's going for the inside there. It works. That was spicy. And we made it work. Definitely closing up to the end of the race. Well, not quite yet. Since it did take a few minutes to start the actual race. So right around 100 minutes should be the end, but yeah, final 10 minutes. We're getting close to the finish now since Brock is standing at the finish line. So this is probably gonna be the last lap. I'll be looking at 28 seconds. So I actually caught up to Rad Bar almost 10 seconds. Not 10, but like 7, 8 seconds throughout this final portion. So there was some pace in me to actually not finish last, but I just couldn't put it together. And I made way too many mistakes in the beginning. Aside from like those small oversteer moments, the rest of the race have been better once the nerves disappear. So I definitely need to do some work on managing my nerves. There we go, this GT1 has finished. Managing nerves, getting more speed. The speed is gonna come. I just need to practice. I need to actually race. Teammate Slump God finished in 3rd place. Good job from him. Yeah, pace is gonna come with practice. I need to just work on managing my nerves, probably just do more races. Here we go. Oh boy, my hands are seized up. That was quite rough. But at least now I have footage to look back on, and I'm able to compare myself to the rest that are fast and see where I'm going wrong. We're gonna be able to hit the tapes. The race is over, by the way. We're not racing anymore. Oh boy. Just gonna park in the bush where we belong. Basically just now waiting for the GT2s. He camped the bush, no fair plane. Not sure where that is from. It sounds like a meme of some kind. Yeah, but saying that, like, now I actually have like a bunch of, like, I can go back and watch all of the other guys' perspectives, check where I am losing time, compare. It's a Russian World of Tanks meme. Okay. Yeah, I can go back into the footage, check where I went wrong, check where I can improve, like where I was losing time. I still need to wait for the race to finish to actually see what the best lap time was, but I think I did a better lap time in the race than I did during the practice. Not by like a long shot, but when I initially started practicing, I was doing like 4:02s and 4:03s, and working through the practice the last 2 days, I managed to get it down to I think it was a high 358, and I think I had a low 358, or at least some type of 358 during the race. But yeah, these guys that I'm racing with, they easily did like 56, 55s, 54s. So a lot of time there. Let's see, will they be finishing now, or are they going one more lap? They are not finishing now, so they're going one more lap. Let's get off the racing line. Looks like Dan is shooting. As I messed up the finishing with going to checkpoints here. I'm last anyway, so I'm just gonna stay here. It will also be fun to go back and look at the lap times on the other consoles. Because I know my pace definitely wasn't there today. But I would love to know how far off I actually am. I'm almost timing out. Ah, here come the GT2s. Idle timer. What's happening up here? Yeah, the idle timers have become way worse in this game. I think right now in a race it's like 3 minutes or something. Like if you're or in a job or in a race it's 3 minutes. So good luck going to the toilet. Yes, I messed up here in the beginning because the way you're supposed to end the race in GT3 is to go to the first checkpoint after the finish if you're like last, and the second to last if you're second last. I messed it up here. Yeah, it's 15 minutes in an online session, 3 minutes. If you're here. You know, in a lobby or in a race or something like that. How many times did GT2 get lapped? I have a couple people here. Okay, here we go. Race is ending. There's the race end timer. Let's check those lap times. Yeah, that was a return to racing. I mean, I still enjoyed it, even though it didn't go as well as I would have liked. It's a good starting point, and I definitely feel like we can only go up from here. Here we go. Yeah, 358. Recited there had a 357. Also saw from Tulk over the 357. So I was definitely slowest, but from like the... Like, yeah, you see some 355s in there. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. So I'm gonna be back next weekend again with the next round. Until then, I have a lot of work to do. So, thank you so much everyone that tuned in and watched. And I will see you next time.